Yo, shalom, shalom. Good afternoon. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Today we are going into Psalm chapter 46. I pray everybody's had a good day today. If you haven't had a good day, hey, may the Lord brighten up your day. Because guess what we know? This word is our comfort in affliction. And if we have had a day of affliction, a day of sadness, a day that has not brought us gladness, hey, guess what we're going to do? We're going to hear the word of the Lord, and he is going to cheer us up because we understand all of his promises, and he has all of our solutions to all of our problems we are currently going through, so we can fix ourselves and we can fix our life around us. So let's always keep in mind that the Lord has our medicine. The word heals us, as it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and give shout out to everybody in the lesson today. Lawa Liam, I see you in the building. Grace and peace be with you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sarah, same to you. Shalom. Good afternoon. Glad to see you here. Brother Decarius, what's going on with you? Shalom, shalom. Peace be with you, brother. Hopefully your day is going well. And if it's not, as I said, hey, this is your comfort in affliction. We know the world's upside down, but God is setting it right side up with all of his instructions. So let's go ahead and get Matthew chapter 26, verse 1, and we'll get ready to get this started off. Oh, and hey, Sean just now showed up. Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Glad to see you in the building. We're going to start off with Matthew chapter 26, verse 6, before we dive into the psalm. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me you have not always. For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this woman have done be told for a memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel that's spoken to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the globe, the gospel that tells us to keep the law, statutes, and commandments till the day we die. The gospel that says the we are the slave descendants. The we are the people we understand are black. We understand God is black. So is his son, and so are his people. Who are his people? The Israelites. Who are the Israelites? Those people that are oppressed and scattered all over the globe, that are going through hell because we broke his commandments. But he is going to bring us back as long as we obey his laws, as long as we endure in his way of life that he gave us. If we keep his commandments, we follow his instructions, and we are the children of our Father that is in heaven. And the children of someone can only be children if they actually follow the rules. We can only live in his house if we follow his rules. If we don't follow his rules, he's kicking us out of his house. If you endure in God's house, if you can make it in God's house, you deserve to be in the kingdom of heaven. This is the test that is set before all men. This is that battle, as it says in 2 Ezra 7. This is the condition of the battle. What's the condition? To go through hell and to continue to believe and trust in God that said, I'm going to deliver you with a mighty deliverance. This right here, whenever we preach this gospel to those people, the aforementioned, the ones that I said are the slave descendants, those that are colonized and still oppressed to this day. Yes, again, us so-called black people. Then we are going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. Sorry about that. All right, let's dive on into it. Let's go to Psalm chapter 46, verse 1. Hey, this annoying cough has got to go. I'm telling you, I've been getting sick of this thing for a while, and it's just holding up progress. I don't like progress being held up. All right, let's go. Psalm chapter 46, verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. When it says God is our refuge, refuge is a place of safety, a place that we know that we can always have security, a place that we have a protection. God is that protection. That refuge and protection, that is where we go to. And what is God? God is in his word. His spirit is in his word, and his word dwells in us. If we follow his word, if we live that word, then we have God within us and we are protected. We got to always remember we are in God's plans if we follow his word. Simple as that. We got to trust in that. If we trust in that with all our heart, then we know that we have no hurt that can come to us. Everything will always be good for us. Okay. So we always got to remember that. Let's continue on. Psalm chapter 46, verse 2. Therefore, will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea? So it said, if things like it said the earth be removed, it could be like it could be talking about it could be hurricanes, it could be earthquakes, it could be tidal waves, all kind of stuff. He said that the mountains be carried to the midst of the sea. You what they say? They always say California's gonna be broken and then it's gonna go into the ocean or whatever because of the San Andreas fault. Yeah, that stuff. But let's say when you talk about the earth being removed, we also know that the representation of earth can be us. We've been removed from our home. You know what I'm saying? We got carried off into the home of the other nations, the dwelling places of all the other nations, all the other peoples, everybody else. We are not in our safety place, in our home. And the only way we can get safety is we return to God. We got to first return to God spiritually. Then God will return to us physically where we belong. But we first got to spiritually return to him, which means mentally. He doesn't want anyone that does not want to be there. Only people that want to be there is the people actually are holding tight to him, that love him, that believe in him. Those are the people he wants around him. And I understand that. Verse 3. Though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, there is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. You see, that's talking about the mountains will shake and all those things. What are the mountains? Again, it can be those great, not can be, it's those great kingdoms that will come up against us. The rivers and the seas. That's also the rushing of the Gentiles. There's many Gentiles that will come up against us. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show that, because some people might hear me I'm saying that. Like, how do you know that's Gentiles? What's other nations? All right, let's go to Isaiah. I think it's 17:3. Let me see. It's been a while since I've been here. All right, Isaiah chapter 17. It's been a minute since I've been there. Oh, there it is, 12. Isaiah chapter 17, verse 12. Woe to the multitude of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters. You see, in verse 13, the nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters, but God shall rebuke them. You see, the rushing of many waters. So those waters it says they rush, they got a lot of noise, they trouble, they roar. Let me read it again. Psalm 46:3. Though the waters thereof roar and be troubled. The waters roar, they rushing, make a whole bunch of noise. All of those Gentiles, everybody that's not my people, everybody that is coming against us, they are going to roar. They're going to seem like a very, very terrible opponent, a scary enemy. Okay. And then he said, there is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God. City of God is Zion, the children of Israel. What will make us glad? Now, here's what I want. Isaiah 12:3 is the other one. Isaiah chapter 12, verse 3. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation. So the wells of salvation is what we're looking for. The Israelites, we looking for the word of God, the direction of the Most High, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the water we want. We want that living water, the water that Jesus, when he spoke to the woman at the well, we could draw from that well and it will have everlasting life. And it says it, the wells of salvation. When we read Isaiah 12:3, it says, therefore, with joy shall you draw water out of the wells of salvation. That's the well. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to show another one. Let's go to John chapter 4, verse 6. Now, Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away into the city to buy meat. So he's asking for a drink. Now the woman is like, what you coming to talk to me for? Because this woman was and it says Samaritan. She was of the northern kingdom. She was of Ephraim. And I ain't talking about Ephraim, the tribe specifically, but she was one of the tribes carried off that was into idolatry. Okay. All right. Let's go on, jump down. And so she was like, in fact, I'll read 9. Let's go ahead and read it. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans, because we treated them like the rest of the Gentiles. Verse 10, Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it was that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he who would have given thee living water. You see, that's the same waters of salvation we drawn from. It's the living water, the wells of salvation, deliverance, okay, safety. That's the wells of water. So there's the waters of the rushing waters of the enemies, and there's the wells of water of salvation. That's how you know you cannot use one word in the Bible and try to make it a doctrine and be like, oh, this is what this word means all the time. No, you have to rightly divide the word of truth. Don't get tied up and confused by words, because words have different meanings in different contexts. And you have to understand, if you read the whole Bible, you'll see the different contexts of words are used in. So I want people to really understand and take this into your mind, take this into your heart, that different scriptures will give you different illustrations, but you have to have read through the scriptures to understand that it will not always mean the same thing. So do not take everything at face value. If you do that, you will be lost. That's why the word of God is only given to those who truly seek him out. If you don't truly seek him out, you will have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Oh, I like that. If you don't seek him out, you will not know what you're talking about. Hey, I love that. Yeah, somebody on the chat. Hey, write this. Somebody put that in the chat. I need that right now. All right. Psalm chapter 46, verse 4. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. Who's the city of God? His chosen people that obey him. If you don't obey him, then you are not his city. You are not from Zion. He doesn't claim you. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't claim you either, because I surely wouldn't. If my children don't act like me, if they do opposite of what I taught them, they go out there and make my name look bad. Oh, I ain't claiming them. I don't know who them kids are. I don't know where they come from. Oh, yeah, I do. They came from their father, the devil. I ain't their daddy. I need more to come on with the test and go ahead and just, hey, in the case of 17-year-old such and such, or 15-year-old such and such, or 25-year-old such and such, you are not the father. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Thank you, Maury, for telling me what I already knew, but cool. So, you know what I'm saying? Verse 5, Psalm 46 and 5. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. Who is the her? Us, the bride of Christ. The bride of Christ. We are waiting for our husband, the Messiah, to come and deliver us. It says God is in the midst of her. She should not be moved. Why won't we be moved? Because we'll stand stiffly for the word of God. Standing stiffly for the word of God is, again, stiffly is you rigid. You are what's the word? Not stubborn. We got to be stubborn for the Most High. We got to stand stubbornly in that. Now, we don't be stubborn in our own ways, but for the Most High, we stubborn in that. Matter of fact, let me show you. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 47. Oh, thank you, Sean. I see. All right, Sean got me. Hey, yeah, if you don't truly seek him out, you won't know what you're talking about. Hey, all praise the Most High. Yeah, I definitely want that. I can come back and reference this so I don't lose it. 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God whom they have confessed in the world. So he says the Son of God who they confessed. Now, verse 46 and 5 says, God's in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God, now our God is Jesus Christ in the midst of us, and we won't be moved. Guess what? It says, it says, it is the Son of God whom they have confessed. What does a woman do when she gets married to a husband? She confesses him. She loves him. She proudly boasts that's her man. Why? Because she knows that she had to be great to have been able to even be considered to be his wife. Guess what? For us, we know that, well, you know, the Lord chose us, but to actually get to have Christ claim us, hey, man, it's a beautiful thing. So that's what we want. He says we confess God. We read on. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And that's what we got to do. Stand stiffly for the name of the Lord. For the reputation of God, we got to stand up so much for his reputation that we like, man, we ain't hearing nothing else. We ain't believing nothing else. We don't want nobody else to talk that's going contrary to God. We don't want to hear it. Get it out our face. Let's read it again. God is in the midst of her, and she shall not be moved, aka stood stiffly for the name of God. Oh, and for the record, I was in 2nd Ezra, so I was using the Apocrypha for all those people that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we going to the Apocrypha. I ain't gonna get you. I'm gonna leave you alone, but you know who I'm talking about. I told you I use other books. Psalm 46 and 5 again. God shall help her, and that right early. And God will help her. God will fight for you. He's going to fight for his people. Verse 6. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. Why the heathen rage? Because he knows the mountains would shake and would get removed into the seas. Those rushing waters that thought they would trouble the people of God were unsuccessful. Okay, God can't do nothing about. God can't. The people can't do nothing about what the Most High God is going to do. Hey, God can do everything about whatever he wants to. I don't want nobody to be like, hey, he said God can't. Yes, God can. Psalm 46 and 7. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. See, the Lord of hosts, the captain of the Lord of hosts. The captain of the Lord's hosts is Jesus Christ. For all my people to say Jesus ain't in Jesus made up Jesus in the Old Testament, he's all throughout the Bible. You can't run from the Christ. You can't run from him. The Messiah has always been here, and he's the Lord of hosts. That's who Joshua saw, the captain of the Lord's hosts. And we also know he said that and the God of Jacob is our refuge. Who's the God of Jacob? The captain of the Lord's hosts, Christ. All right, so he is the one. Let's read on verse 8. And for everybody's on TikTok, you come on to the YouTube if you want to, I'm saying, your comments. I'll be able to read your comments if you actually want them, read from time to time. Psalm 46 and 9. I'm sorry, verse 8. Come behold the works of the Lord, what desolation he hath made in the earth. It says, come and look at the works of the Lord. I was just watching a video the other day that was talking about Noah's Ark, and it was talking about like how there is proof that there was a great flood on the earth. And it was just in different parts of the world where you can see like there was directions of like flowing water. Large mountains had like, water was going from one direction to the other, going downward. It was crazy. And it just goes and it's talking about the great the desolation. See the desolations he made and the great works. He made things desolate. God can destroy, he can do whatever he wants to. And he had to start the earth over, just like he's going to do this time after he brings that lake of fire. That lake of fire judgment, it's going to be a great work on the earth. Verse 9, he maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in fire. And he can end the war. People fighting each other. He's like, all right, let me stop this right now. He's like, he gonna burn up chariots. He breaks. People got a spear in their hand. They rush in with the spear. Oh, and the spear just breaks. Hey, I'm telling you, Most High don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Not at all. We got to understand that. Hey, what's going on, brother Kenyon Jackson? Grace and peace be with you. Glad to see you in here from the TikTok. Plead the blood of I'm guessing meant Yeshua Mashiach, so Jesus Christ. And it's irrevocable, irrevocable shalom. That's what he said. Okay. Hey, but yeah, hey, yes, pray the blood of the Messiah on everybody because we want the blood of Messiah. So when that destruction comes, the blood of Messiah covers us. But that blood of Messiah only gonna be on us if we not only pray for it, but we gotta act it out. So we gotta make sure we're doing what the scriptures say. So we can't just have lip service. We gotta have action to go with it because God said actions are weighed. Verse 10, Psalm 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I'll be exalted in the earth. So again, everybody is going to know the reputation of the Most High. Everybody's going to appreciate God. Verse 11, the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Again, the Lord of hosts, our Messiah, he's with us. And it says us. Why is it saying us? Because specifically, Jesus Christ is for our people. Jesus Christ is with black people. And it says Jesus Christ is with all people. He is with the children of Israel who happen to be the descendants of the slaves. The descendants of the slaves are the ones that are oppressed still to this day, that are going through hell, the ones that have to return to God. Those people who Jesus Christ with. And he's only with those people that acknowledge him by doing what he says, by doing what his father says, that believe him so much, that love him so much, that they will follow him no matter where he goes. Left, right, up, down, select, start, whatever you want to call it. Jesus Christ, the Messiah, is with us. Okay. So let's continue to remember he's with our people, but he's with our people that follow him and believe in him. If you don't listen to him, you disobey him, he's not with you. Why? Because you are not his friend. You are not his family. He said, who is my family? Those people that are following my word to a T. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read that really quick before I get out of here. Yes, exactly, brother Kenyon Jackson, the 12 tribes worldwide. That's who he's with. Matthew chapter 12, verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? So Christ is like, who's my mama and my brothers and sisters? Who's my family? Verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. And his disciples weren't just the only ones there, because guess what a disciple of Christ is? Anybody that follows him and believes on him. So everybody that was there listening to him teach, he's stretching out his hands. He's talking about all of them. That's his disciples. He said, who are those stretched out to disciples? And he said, behold, my mother, my brethren. Verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. The people that do what my Father said, the people that keep the laws, people that's wearing fringes, the people that's not eating pork, lobster, catfish, turtle. You know what I'm saying? People that ain't eating camel, people that are not celebrating Christmas, people that are not celebrating birthdays and New Year's Day, and people that are actually celebrating what we're supposed to celebrate, like Passover, like Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? People that celebrating the Day of Atonement, that's fasting on that day. Those are the people that he says is his mothers and brothers. But if you ain't doing those things, you rejecting his commandments because you want to do life your way, you not his brother, you not his mother, you are not even the children of God. You ain't related to him. He don't know you. So if you want to call yourself that, make sure you following that. But other than that, pray everybody gain some understanding today. Hey, y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Peace.